Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and sunny day. It's Monday the 29th of September. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And I'm back from Wales with a stack of parcels to unbox. So I'm going to start with this big one. And I can't see what I've got in here because it's all covered up. So I'm going to slide the contents out. Okay, I'm gonna. This is Good Omens. That's the loot pack. Okay, and then I have this inside. And you also get this postcard. And this bookmark. So this is a rather special piece. This is the graphic novel adaptation of the story by Terry Pratchett, Neil Gaiman, and Colin Doran, and this was essentially created during it's gestated essentially on Kickstarter or whatever over the same period as the controversy over Neil Gaiman came to light. So that did hamper the production of this graphic novel. And this was the plastic. This was purchased, or basically backed, as a gift for my partner, and I'm still going to give it to her. This, as it says, is a special variant jacket artwork by Frank Quietly, who is a Scottish artist, perhaps best known for drawing some of the artwork for Superman. That's a fantastic kind of cover, and then you've got a bookmark inside with a quote, and then really very nice. So you take this cover off, you see kids, bringing about Armageddon can be dangerous. Do not attempt it in your own home. And really nice artwork. It's essentially based upon the television series as well. That's a nice addition. Basically, special variant jacket artwork by Rachel Starr. Inside, that's a really nice addition. It captures, David Tennant and Michael Sheen as the main characters of the story. And then you've got the actual standard cover for Good Omens, the graphic novel. So, what if for once the predictions are right and the apocalypse really is due to arrive next Saturday, just after tea? It's a predicament that Azrael, a somewhat fussy angel, and Crowley, a fast-living demon, now find themselves in. They've been living amongst Earth's mortals since the beginning, and truth be told, are growing rather fond of the lifestyle, and in all honesty, are not actually looking forward to the coming apocalypse. Then there's a small matter that someone appears to have misplaced the Antichrist. The beloved novel by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, lavishly adapted by Eisner-winning artist Colin Doran. So, I kind of, as a reader, I kind of bounce off Pratchett a bit. I've just read Night Watch and really enjoyed it, in fact. Or I bounced off Pratchett earlier, didn't go back to him. Although I've enjoyed the adaptations. And it's kind of the same with Neil Gaiman to an extent. Whereas my partner is a fan of both. But I did actually read Good Omens back in the day. I've got a copy indoors on the shelf, and I did enjoy it, really did enjoy it. The fusion of the both authors writing together, I felt kind of, balance out the things that I didn't enjoy about their own work. So Good Omens, the official and ineffable graphic novel. And starting off with, you know, it was a nice day. There's something very English about that. It was a nice day, just before tea time. That sort of thing. You know, you see it in things like, I suppose the famous one is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen by Terry Gilliam, who is American, but essentially that's, you know, it's written by Tom Stoppard, I believe, and essentially that's a very kind of English idiom. You know, the time is almost immaterial, but it's a fact. So yeah, there we have, you know, the Garden of Eden depicted there, and then Good Omens, the nice and accurate prophecies of Agnes Nutter. We've got a list of all the cast. And again, nicely organised, basically in that classic kind of 9-panel pages, where it's sort of like kind of appropriate. So you've got a nice flow of the story. And kind of the story kind of parodies, or essentially brings a very British sensibility, I suppose, to the Damien series of films. You know, it's almost written in response to that. You know, with the Antichrist actually being brought up by an American, and you know, steering him into a position of power. Senator, and then eventually president, of course, to bring about the end of the world, bring about the apocalypse. So, if you've not read the novel, it's worth reading. I've not read it in a while, but it is enjoyable. But there are also adaptations of it. The BBC has done two. One for the radio, which is very good, and one for in conjunction with Amazon for the television, and that's excellent. In part, primarily because essentially they get the interplay between Crowley and Azrael quite correct. You know, they get that's it's you know, they are friends when they should be enemies. You know, and they're rivals. You know, but they cooperate. So yes, I mean, and this is actually the Antichrist himself, brought up as an ordinary English little boy, angelic, but surprisingly well-mannered, and doesn't really ultimately want to be the Antichrist. So I'm only showing sort of just various pages from this. I'm not showing you the whole thing. You know, it's worth finding a copy and enjoying it. Yourself. So yeah. And it's interesting You know, what you've got here at the heart of it is a story of, you know, mistaken identity, body swaps or baby swaps, and you know that it's being told in an age where we have not just the possibility of babies being swapped mistakenly at birth, but actually discoveries being made by DNA, you know, with Ancestry.com and sort of like various kits you can buy and send off to get a response. You know, one of your parents is not who you think it is, and you discover you know you have an encounter. At the end, I always say at the end, it's all afterwards, sort of, that you've got a whole new family. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting to have this story set against that. So the story comes to an end, and we've got a nice. I see cameo here with Sir Terry Pratchett, and the story comes to an end there with success. And we've got the artist's sketchbook as well. Character concepts, layouts, and the like. So so that's really nice, attractive looking adaptation, and I'm absolutely sure it's going to read well as well. I'm going to put that all back in its sleeve like that, slip that back into the inside the cover and package it back. What I am not going to do, so you may grumble at me, and I've got good reason, is that I'm not going to open the loot pack. It's sealed, this isn't mine, so I'm going to save that for my partner to explore the bounds of that when she receives it. I should actually unpack this, sorry. But in the meantime, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below, and if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with hold of it, with a box typically containing a role-playing game, supplement, or scenario, or in this case, a very popular a graphic novel adaptation of a very popular urban fantasy story by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, which I will then unbox and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.